Well, I did it again. I played the lottery again, this time $6 for a Panasonic DVD recorder. So I got lucky the last time with that Toshiba that works. Will this Panasonic one work as well? Well, I guess you're going to have to find out, see whether I won the lottery or whether I got burned this time. Check it out. I got another deal at Value Village. This time it was only $6. And this one came with a remote control. Can you guys guess what it is? It's another Panasonic DVD recorder, this time a DMR ES15. Did I get a good deal? Well, I guess it depends on if it works or not. But this one supports all of the disc formats. DVD-RAM, dvd+r, dvd+rw, dvd+r, and dvd+rw. So this machine will work with all of the recording formats on DVD. Before I even power this up or try it out, let's pop the top off and see what it looks like. We'll just get rid of that remote because that was for the $10 deal that I got at the same time. But we'll pop this one apart. It's got a little dent in it. Cabinet's not quite in as good a shape, but who cares as long as it works. It looks like someone's had duct tape stuck across the top, and they probably had the remote control duct taped with it. So I got the original remote, and it even has batteries in it. And the batteries are still good because I just turned it on. Will it turn on my TV? It should, because it's a Panasonic. It's a Panasonic plasma TV. It's on input 1. Let's see if I can select the tuner. So set channels automatically. Let's just press enter. It just had no channels programmed. So I'm going to let it go through and do its thing. Okay, there it is. It's now finished its scanning. Got a old Mezzo Forte playing there on my media player. So I think before I even do anything to this one, I'm going to pull it apart because it's showing that it's detecting there's a disc in when there's not. And it's saying cannot read. So obviously this one's got something wrong with it. But then, hey, for $6, what do you expect? The other one worked, but can't expect everything to work, right? So let's just see why this one's not working, and can I make it work? If I can make it work, this might even be a better deal than the other one. Well, here's the inner guts to this one. I haven't seen one of these units before. This is my first peek into one of these ones. Looks like a 2-board solution. One main board for power supply. And they're using a conventional transistor on here. No, they're not. They're using an IC. This is a diode. They are using one of these IC. Just checking that for temperature. Not that warm. This is a dual diode. Here's our drive over here. I'll try loading a dvd+rw disc and just see what it does, whether it will recognize this disc. That doesn't sound good. It says reading. Cannot read. Please check the disc. So I guess we're pulling the drive apart to see why it's not reading. So let's close the drawer here and unplug it and proceed to remove the drive. Three screws. And the drive should lift out and unplug. There should be a couple cords on here. There are 3. Looks to be 3 connectors here that need to come undone. They just unplug. Okay, so push the box aside and see what I need to do to get into this block to free up whatever is sticking. Sure sounds like something's not spinning or something's stuck. Four screws on the top. You just know something's going to come apart on a Panasonic one, right? Well, maybe not. My DMR E20, they sure did. Okay, that spins. What about the laser? It seems to move relatively freely. Well, I guess the next thing is we'll plug it back in and we'll just operate it with the top off it and see what the heck it's trying to do. Okay, let's power the unit up. Okay, power. Let's see what it does. It says hello. I see the laser trying to come on there. Let's go to night shot. See what it looks like under night shot. The lens is trying to focus. I see very dim laser light lighting up there. And even on night shot, I'm not seeing the infrared laser at all. I'm only seeing a red laser. I'm not seeing anything lighting up on this thing. Power on. Let's just watch for that laser. You can see it. It's not very bright. And I don't see any infrared laser. I don't know whether this one has capabilities of reading CDRs. Is this just DVD only and not CD? I only saw the one color, single color laser. I mean, this was a discount machine. So a quick check of the owner's manual does indeed indicate that it does read CDRs. Yet I didn't see any infrared laser at all on my night shot camera. That laser looks pretty weak. Doesn't it? Like normally the red laser in a DVD player is much brighter than that. This one might have a bad laser. It's certainly not reading disc, that's for sure. It's not reading the disc, it's not seeing anything. This is a pre-recorded disc, obviously. I'm afraid that on this one, the fault is likely going to be the laser. Well, it can't really be anything other than the laser is weak. You can see it. You can see the red laser coming on. You can sure see how cheap they went on this one. It's got a place on the back for a fan, but you notice that the fan is missing. You know, it's this must have been one of the last of the DVD recorders that Panasonic made. It's unfortunate, you know, because the other one I got, it seems to work okay. But this one here, nope, doesn't even recognize a disc. Doesn't recognize any type of disc, and even when there's no disc in it, it doesn't say no disc, it says check disc. Unless it's a power supply problem, maybe the voltage is a little low on one of the sources, but I don't know what the voltage is supposed to be on this one. I don't have any info on it. I don't know that there's even any info available for this thing. We'll check a couple of the voltages coming off of the power supply here and just see what we've got. A 3.5, 5 volt, 12 volt. I think those probably are what they're supposed to be. Got 3.5, 5, and 12 volt rails. Probably a negative supply here somewhere too for the vacuum display. There's a negative 18 volts, so a negative 21 as well. So I would say that the power supply is working properly because we've got voltages. Five volt, 3.5, 3.3, 12, 5. See, I think the voltages are probably fine. I don't think there's a power supply fit problem on this one. I was thinking maybe initially there that maybe there was a voltage that was low, and that's why the laser emission is low, but I can't see that being the case. I think that on this one here, the reason the laser emission is low is because the laser itself is just tired. Either that or the optics are clouded internal. Just going to lift the laser out of this unit. It's shot anyway, right? So I don't really have to worry too much about damaging it any more than it is, I don't think, because it's not working as it is. We'll just tear it down and see what it's doing. See whether I can do anything to it. I can get this clip out. I don't know exactly how these clips come off on these units. Just lift out. Just lift out like that. There's how the laser assembly just lifts out of this unit. I wonder what's under here. Let's just take this bottom plate off. I've got nothing to lose. It doesn't work, so will this bottom plate come off or not? It looks like the laser diode is right here on the side. I don't know whether this plate is glued in place or whether it's just that one screw that holds it on. Oh, there it is. So that's the laser diode right there on the end. And the detector is probably over here. This looks to be the detector. So this is the optics. The laser light comes out from, shoots out from the laser, hits a mirror here, which is reflected up through the lens, and then it goes back down, hits the mirror, and there'll be another mirror right in here. There's another mirror sitting across here, which directs the beam coming back at a 90 degree angle into the detector. Obviously, I don't want to play around with the electron or the optics here because this is precision aligned, and this doesn't work anyway. But I'm just curious as to why it's not working. Is it this paint that they put on here? Is this paint become conductive and it's reducing the power? We'll just try and clear some of that paint off. Looks like those are where the shorting pads are right there. You can see if you look on the edge of this pickup. I don't know how focused I am here. Is my camera in focus or not? Can we get in closer? Those look like the little shorting pads, right? It was short to protect the laser diode. I'm curious as to whether this adhesive that they put on there is interfering with the actual laser, or whether it's this drive IC up here that drives it. See, this one should not be sensitive to ESD just because the actual laser diode is still connected to the drive IC here. And these are probably the laser power adjustment pots over here. These little trimmers down the side here are probably the laser power adjustments right down there. That screwdriver doesn't fit them, but so the laser block looks easy enough to change. I may have to just try and find one of these, see if I can get this thing going, because I'm sure that's where the problem is on this. Is this laser block? This laser block is shot, and I wonder how hard it would be to find one, or what they would cost. But it might be worth investigating. But let's put this one back together for now. See whether I've made any change. I don't expect anything to change whatsoever. This thing's going to have no emission because the laser itself, I think, is pretty much shot. But let's put it back in the cabinet. Got to get it under this. I think it was under this pin, like that. Oops. I'm going to put this other side in first. That goes in like that. And this goes in like this. I think that's how it goes in. Yeah, that goes in like that. And that goes in like this. And then the other clamp sits on this side like this. Goes in place and locks in under. There's two little tabs here that goes under. There, that rail just fits in like that, and then we'll reattach the ribbon connector. Oops, not connected. And this is also not in right on this side. This has got to fit under this little tab here. Like that. Okay, let's try this one more time. Better. Okay, power it up. It looks about as bright as before. In other words, too dim. The pickup is no good on this one. But then we knew that already. So you can see it. It's just not as bright as it needs to be. It's not going to read any disc. Anybody who's seen what a laser looks like on camera will know that that's nowhere near as bright as it needs to be. A DVD laser is much brighter than that. So the emission from this laser diode is too low. And it's going to be the laser diode, either that or the driver chip here that drives it, but that's all part of the entire optical assembly. So unfortunately, to fix this one, I'm going to have to find a new optical assembly. There's no other alternative than finding a new pickup. So I guess this one can go back together for now. I'll probably even put this thing together without pulling the drive out again. I think this thing can probably go together just like this. Maybe not. I guess I do have to lift the drive out, but I don't have to. I don't actually have to unplug it. I can just lift it up like that. Put the top on and put the screws back in. And this one here, I'll have to see if I can find a pickup or a replacement drive. If I could find a drive for it, that would certainly do it too. But you know, it was a cheap buy. It was $6. So you know, how's the saying go? You win some, you lose some. I won on the $10 purchase of the other DVD drive that works. It was $10, but this one here that was $6 does not. So there, it's back together. As you can see, it won't read the disc. Mechanism works. Maybe I'll be like everybody else and just put it up on eBay as turns on. Have not tested. I cannot read. This one needs a pickup. If any of you guys get a pickup for one of these things kicking around, if you want to send it my way, I'll be happy to put it in. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.